In 1985, India had 750 million people. Trams, vintage cars, and pedestrians fought for space, but modern personal transport was practically non-existent. Yet one single factory built in rural Haryana solved that bottleneck. The motorcycles rolling out of its doors dictated how a nation of over 1 billion people moved for the next 3 decades. The operation scaled up rapidly to a cumulative 10 million units produced, securing the title of the absolute largest motorcycle manufacturer on Earth, not out of Germany or Japan, but out of India. Then, in 2010, operating at the peak of their global dominance, the two architects of this partnership looked at each other and dissolved the empire. The eventual destruction of the Hero-Honda joint venture proved that sometimes a corporate marriage has to die for a business to actually survive. Brijmohan Lall Munjal was born in what is now Pakistan. In 1947, partition forced his family across the new border into Ludhiana. They arrived as part of this mass displacement, stripped of all capital, factories, and connections. The Munjal brothers had initiated a tiny bicycle spare parts trading business back in 1944. They relied purely on grit and distribution to keep it alive in their new reality. By 1956, they secured a manufacturing license. Within 3 decades, they organized their operations so efficiently that Hero cycles eclipsed all competitors, becoming the largest bicycle manufacturer in India by 1975. But by the late 1970s, middle-class incomes were rising, and national roads were slowly improving. The domestic market was outgrowing pedal power and demanding motorized transport. Hero had absolute mastery over local supply chains and mass assembly. What they lacked was a single internal combustion blueprint. They had zero engineering capability to build a modern motorcycle engine. At the exact same time, Tokyo was operating on a different economic plane. Japan was defined by towering architecture and advanced industrial outputs, contrasting sharply with the smoky 2-stroke scooters choking Indian streets. Honda Motor Company had perfected the clean, quiet, fuel-efficient 4-stroke engine. They recognized India as the largest untapped mobility market on Earth, but they had absolutely no local distribution networks or vendor relationships to sell there. On January 19, 1984, the two sides struck an elegant compromise. They incorporated Hero Honda Motors Limited, giving the Hero Group a 26% stake and Honda Motor Company an identical 26% stake. Hero supplied the market access, Honda supplied the machine. The document contained a strict condition. Hero Honda was permitted to manufacture and sell vehicles for the domestic Indian market only. The contract rapidly established a highly profitable domestic monopoly. By design, it also ensured that Hero could never sell a single vehicle abroad, tying them indefinitely to their partner's technological leash. The defining output of this partnership arrived in 1994 with the Hero Honda Splendor. Powered by a 97.2cc engine delivering 60 kilometers to the liter, it was engineered specifically for the rough terrain and economic demands of the Indian working class. Munjal took this product and pushed it through a rapidly expanding network of over 3,000 dealerships. They penetrated Tier 3 towns and unmapped rural villages where foreign competitors simply couldn't operate. This chart visualizes their supply chain strategy. By 1996, 95% of every motorcycle's components were sourced from local Indian suppliers, insulating the company completely from international exchange rate shocks. The result of that localization and reach is visible right here on the streets. By the year 2000, cumulative production surged, making the Splendor the highest-selling two-wheeler model in the entire world. They eventually captured an astonishing 54% of the Indian motorcycle market. But capturing half the domestic ecosystem left them with nowhere else to grow, except against the exact limits hardwired into their joint venture contract. The first major fracture stemmed directly from that 1984 agreement. Hero Honda was banned from exporting. The largest motorcycle company on the planet was entirely locked out of international trade. The second structural flaw was a total R&D chokehold. Hero's engineers were legally restricted to assembly. Every engine update and new model required a 3 to 4 year approval cycle from Honda headquarters in Tokyo. Then in 1999, Honda established a separate, wholly owned subsidiary in India, Honda Motorcycle and Scooter India. they began building parallel products in Hero Honda's own backyard. The Bombay Stock Exchange reacted immediately. Hero Honda's stock price collapsed by 30% in a single day, as investors calculated the impact of Honda cannibalizing its own joint venture. It became a zero-sum conflict. Honda held the proprietary engineering and used that leverage to systematically edge their Indian partner out of future market share. On December 16, 2010, the board officially terminated the 26-year partnership. Honda liquidated its entire 26% stake for roughly $851 million. They executed the exit at a steep discount, 739 rupees per share against a market price of over 1,518 rupees. To process that buyout rapidly and survive the transition, Hero required immediate capital. They secured an emergency injection from Bain Capital and Singapore's GIC, bringing in 2,500 crore rupees to fund the separation. By August 2011, the company wiped the Honda name from its corporate identity completely, reforming as Hero MotoCorp. They then constructed an 850 crore rupee, 2,400-acre dedicated R&D campus in Jaipur. 5 years post-split, their newly assembled team of 500 engineers launched the Splendor iSmart 110, their first motorcycle built entirely without Japanese input. Brijmohan Lall Munjal utilized the 1984 agreement to acquire scale, manufacturing discipline, and a massive capital base. Terminating that contract forced Hero to finally build its own engines, transforming a local assembly operation into a fully independent automotive manufacturer.